Okay, thank you everyone for speaking. At this point, we're going to open it up to anyone who wants to say anything about their experiences. The only thing we ask is that no one says anything that is against prisoners, that is hateful to prisoners or anyone here. But if you want to come up and speak for 2 to 3 minutes, you can do that.
I'm just going to keep it brief and just state why I'm here. Well, my name is Brooke States, and I had a friend who was in the prison, and he actually killed himself, he hung himself. But that only makes me question of what was going on here. We only get to see the things that they write in an article or put on TV, but who knows what's really going on in there. And it took a lot of, it took their voices, and like she said, it took a long time for us to finally hear them, but I like to see everybody here and getting involved. And the other one I have down there says that our voices matter, and I wrote that because obviously they do, because we're all standing out here and we heard what those guys in there had to say, and women, because there's women in there too, but I also have friends that are in there, and like she kept repeating, it is not about cheese. I mean, I'll never forget that statement, because this is not about cheese. It's the fact that it's going on not only here but around the world, and people are overpassing. Yeah, they're just overpassing it, and I'm just glad to see everybody here, and it truly is a blessing, and hopefully this goes a little bit further than this, and we can come together and make it stronger than just some posters and some people. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brooke. Do you want to go next?
Oh my God.
All right, Benji is going to say something.
Alright, hello, yo. I'll be rapping, so I'm about to do this in a rap. Alright, so y'all probably gonna think I'm against y'all, and I'm not, because I'm here listening to y'all, because I like learning and seeing everybody's input and everybody's view. But I think, honestly, if they treat people like royalty in there, you see how it's a castle and it's not really a castle. So they doing that whole, reverse psychology shit where they try and make it look like it's nice in there, but it's not. The whole point that if we didn't get in trouble out here, we wouldn't be in there. If we were more focused on like the things that actually taking care of our family, which, I know we do that daily, but we don't sit there and actually talk to each other because we're too busy being on media and stuff now, and we're too busy being focused on drugs and all the stuff that we listen to, so that everything reversed. What I was explaining to Zoe, she didn't really like it, but I'm like, cops are just like us. They're human. They were born like us too. You get what I'm saying? They went to school for a different profession. Some of us want to be tattoo artists like me. Some of us want to be doctors. Some of us want to be football players, and they chose to be cops. There's bad football players out there that make dogs fight and eat each other. There's bad doctors out there that do bad surgeries and make people die. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of bad stuff happening on this earth. But what we got to start is with each other. We beefing with each other every day. We don't even like each other. I'm not trying to sound ignorant, but a lot of us don't like each other out here. A lot of us are next to each other and don't even like each other. So the whole moral of the story is we got to fix us as a people so they can see that, and maybe they can go off of us. Because maybe the cops are just watching what we're doing, and they're just looking up to us. You get what I'm saying? But it's the negative stuff. They're not looking up to us in a positive way. If we're sitting there fighting and broadcasting it and getting likes on Facebook because of it, they're going to think we're savages, all of us. Because if you're not watching it, you're liking it. If you're not liking it, you're doing it. You get what I'm saying? So that's my input. I'm agreeing with y'all because I'm here and I'm listening to y'all. Trust me, I got body slammed by cops mad times. I got tattoos on my face. They think I'm a savage and I don't even kill roaches. But at the same time, my brother just got out of being in jail in a year. I told him, stop doing bad. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to sell drugs, you can sell art. You know what I mean? Sell your voice, sell your soul to people. They'll pay for that. We don't got to do bad stuff. There's people committing suicide in there. How many people committed suicide off of the garage downtown? And then why we ain't got security out there looking out for them? You get what I'm saying? But that's just my input. I'm sorry that none of y'all like me right now, but have a good night, and I'm gonna go home.
Thank you, Benji. All right, does anyone else want to speak at this point?
I will. We're gonna bypass the one that just
I was released last month. 4 years ago, I received a ticket for speeding, which I acknowledge I was speeding, and reckless driving because I got into an accident. I hit a bridge. But I ended up on probation because I had my son in the car with me who was 13 years old. Fast forward 4 years later, being a model citizen and doing what I'm supposed to do, I got ticketed for public drunkenness. I was taken into custody and arrested. It took me more than 5 weeks to be seen before a judge. I was in jail with a lot of other people who had situations with non-violent, victimless crimes for not paying fines and fees, ripped from their families, losing their housing, their pets dying, losing their children, all in the efforts to wait and wait to see a judge when you're not a threat to society. And this is where one part alone where our system is completely broken. People should be ticketed, go home, show up in front of a judge. At this time, our jail was overcrowded. We had 3 women in a cell. It doesn't make financial sense because we have the state, the prison incurs fines for every day that you have 3 people in a jail. Yet they pay the prisoner $10 a day for being there. It's counterproductive. These are non-threatening people in there for not paying fines, for public drunkenness and things of this nature. Additionally, they want to try to use it for rehab. But one day a week with 30 other people for 50 minutes isn't doing anybody any good. People are attending these to get out of jail, not to cure their problems, what the bigger problems are. And these jails are using people as rehab. This was my first probation violation. I got a scram bracelet for 4 months. I am not an alcoholic, but one person's bad day completely is your destiny and your sentence. What one judge will tolerate, another one will not. And there's no consistency whatsoever. And like I said, if it weren't for the fact that these people who make mistakes and get caught, as where other people do not, are at risk of losing their homes, their jobs, their families, and the process needs to be looked at. It's for reasons like this, as well as others, that I'm passionate about, that we need to get some reform. I have no embarrassment, but I was just released last month. I'm on a scram bracelet. I'll wear the bracelet. I'll do what they want me to do, and I want it off. I'm fighting to get it off with my lawyer, and I don't care if it takes 3 months and 3 weeks. I'm not going away because it's just the point, just the absolute point. Additionally, my crime is I chose to get drunk and be in public, and I'm subjected to harsher penalties than people that use illegal drugs. I engaged in something completely legal, but my crime and my punishment is harsher. So there definitely needs some reform. I hope with the new president on the board of commissioners can make a difference and hear the people. And I hope that one of us, all of us, can get together and get one of our own, people from the streets, people with experience, people who have had this happen to them, to have a voice, make a difference, and be heard. And that's why I'm here today. Thank you very much.
I'm not good at speeches or nothing, so basically what I was in there for, I basically cut my arm open, all these, and I got locked in that prison for 8 months for aggravated assault. Yeah, and I watched my buddies, or basically witnessed them hanging themselves, hearing the snores. Just listen to that snoring sound that they have. And the correctional officers were laughing their butts off, making jokes. Zachary Keeper Tyler, example, him, one of my good buddies. He hung himself in there on the unhangable bunks. I call that bull crap if there's an 1/8 of an inch gap that's like 6 foot wide. And shut up, didn't it? Hold it out. Hold out. Alright, it shut off, but as I was saying, I read the newspaper, Lancaster newspaper, and I got pictures on my phone of the article, and they claim that he was taken off suicide status on December 27th, the day that he hung himself. All right, explain to me, why does MHMR, they don't take people off status on weekends, and it's the Saturday, and the newspaper claims that he's been taken off status on the Saturday? That's just proof right there. The prison lied to the newspaper company. Because the newspaper company, they just get the information they get off of whoever's the warden. And it's just a whole list of stuff they do. I don't know how to describe half of it. It's almost too hard for me to describe. Someone else? I don't want to break down. Try to.
It's more than cheese, brother. It's more than cheese.
Alright, so this is, after this speaker, we have to get rid of this. The person who has this has to leave. So if you want to come up and speak after this, you can still do that, but we won't have this anymore.
Okay. Hello, thank you for being here. I just got on Mars. Okay, those people there, the food is garbage. You know what I'm saying? You don't eat it if you eat it because you have to. They lock you up almost all day. They let you out 2 hours. And if you do something stupid, because they treat you like a kid, they got air conditioning in his place. We suffer. When it's 100 here, it's 120, 130 there. They don't care. What else? You can say nothing because they looking there anything to hit you. And then they come in 2, 3. Not one. They come in 3, 3. They hit you. Bam, 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 bam. When they come in the white chair, you do something. They don't do shit. You know what I mean? It's true that we should keep ourselves out. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's innocent people there. Not everybody's guilty. Other thing, they keep 3 people in the cell. That's illegal. You have to imagine you eating because that happened, and somebody shedding over there. Or you sleeping, somebody flood the toilet. You know that germ, that thing. You have to deal with that. Well, when the state came, you know what they do? They take the bone out. When they leave, they put him back. And that's what's going on there. And when those people hang out the cell, I was there, couples, not all of them. But I'm glad, you know, you're doing that because that's the first time that I see that. But you have to see it in person so you see what abuse those people got there. You know, they abuse from the power, but they're fucking bitches. Because when they see you alone one-on-one, they don't say nothing outside. But over there, they got the power. You can say shit. But together, we can make change. And that's everything that I have to say.
So, just like the men and women in LCP have screamed and cried and pleaded with us, we want to show them in solidarity that we hear them by saying to them, you are not alone. You are not alone. So we're going to chant that loud enough so that those in the prison will hear us. You are not alone. 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 No están solos. 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 Make some noise! Make some noise!
I just want to say, this is not anything new. And it's not like the county and the commissioners, they've known for some time what goes on. There's not going to be a change or a difference until we, the people, step up. So I encourage you, everybody who's here, if you don't belong to an organization, find one and join one, because that's what it's going to take. The organization of the people. And you never know. Just like everybody knows you can go in there for a parking ticket. And you never know if it's going to be you or a family member. But most times it has to hit home before people begin to stand up. Today, let's not let this day be in vain. We're all here. Hopefully we're all solid on this. It's the will of the people and what the people want. And we have to remind them that they're public servants. That's what they have to be reminded of. And they have to do what you want, what we want from them. It's our tax dollars that pay their salaries, and they have to be reminded of that. So I encourage you, join an organization for God's sake and stand up for justice and what's right. Amen, amen.
La hermana pidió que yo traduciera y básicamente lo que ella está diciendo es que eso es algo que ha estado pasando por mucho tiempo, que eso es algo que no está nuevo aquí y que es muy urgente, muy necesario que nosotros que entendemos que son los problemas, que afiliamos con organizaciones, que nosotros nos organizamos, que nosotros tomamos acción en conjunto para cambiar todo lo que está pasando.
You are not alone! 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 You are not alone!
Thank you everyone for coming. This is really good. I'm going to sit down. We're passing on those flyers. Thank you.
Time is a valuable thing. Time you never get back. So try not to put yourself in a position to give them your time, because you will never, ever get it back. And some of the things you see in that amount of time, you will never unsee. And it will change you forever. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.
Amen. You're good.